The time is just gone 5 minutes past five. We about an hour away from the time of iftar in Johannesburg, and in about 25 minutes from now, I will be handing you over to Molana Yunus Kawanga, who will take you through to the time of iftar in Johannesburg. But before that, we're going across to Bangalore in India, and on the 19th of April, the Indian elections are due to begin. Now, India always prides itself and boasts about being the world's largest democracy with over 600 million people that are voting. But when one analyzes the Indian political landscape and when one anticipates as to uh, what could happen or what could the upcoming general election actually mean for India, and already we've seen some horrific signs coming through in the build up to these elections, and also taking a look at just generally Indian society in general ahead of the elections, where it is not about a democracy anymore. We're not talking about a secular democracy, but we find that this is becoming quite a religious a campaign for many in India, and in all likelihood, what analysts are saying that even Narendra Modi, who's now turned from being the prime minister to a pandit or a sadhu or whatever you want to call him, a holy man, and that's also all part and parcel of the campaign tactics that the BJP has been using. Sheikh Zakir Hussain, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you so much for having me.
We trust you're having a wonderful Ramadan, inshallah. I'm not too sure. Your iftar time must be over already.
Yeah, we are. It's 8:30 here, so we are past 2 hours since the iftar time. So we're preparing for Isha and Taraweeh now.
Oh, inshallah, inshallah, inshallah. We
Uh,
hope it goes all well. And I know what's India at this point in time. Possibly you're heading into summer as well, so it must be getting quite warm.
yeah, it's quite hot. I mean, especially I mean, even down south, which is usually not so hot. This Ramadan has been quite hot, but it's Allah's rahmah that's going on. So, alhamdulillah.
Oh, definitely. And we're going to continue enjoying the rahmah and the mercy and the blessings
Uh,
of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this month of
inshallah.
Ramadan. But let's talk about the Indian elections. Obviously, they are due to start on the 19th of April. We know it's a very long, drawn process. But so much has happened, Sheikh Zakir, in the build up to the elections, and how this political landscape of India over the last, I would say, well, Modi's in for his third term of office, or the last two terms of office. So much has actually changed in the political landscape of India.
Yeah, I mean, since the Modi government came into power in 2014, a lot has changed. This is, like you said, this might well be his third term. I mean, every political poll that's been conducted, every political pundit is very much sure that he will be coming in again for the third term as the prime minister. So what has changed in the past two terms that he has been at the helm of affairs in the country is the stifling of civil voices, civil society's voices, stifling of opposition voices, clamp down on any kind of opposition or any kind of need for civil rights or uh, clamped on student unions, on minorities, on opposition leaders, arresting them on trumped up charges. Things that we have not witnessed since 1975 when the country, was under emergency. Since then, these are not things that we have witnessed. I mean, and a lot of things that we are witnessing for the first time. So yeah, we are. The country is in a precarious situation, especially for those who are at the other end of, at the receiving end. Otherwise, I mean, there are a lot of things that's going on, which is good. The economy is doing decently well. Some of the world's, the CEOs of the world's biggest companies are all from India. That's been celebrated. All these things are fine, but when you look at the situation of minorities, especially Muslims, when you look at student rights activists, when you look at opposition leaders who have gathered the strength to question the policies of this government, the way they have been treated, the way the authorities have been led against them, the way they've been arrested and paraded. This is something which is worrying. This is something which is really worrying for the country.
Well, clearly it's worrying, and I think early on you speak about political pundits, what they are forecasting in terms of the outcome. But
Right.
from a pundit to a pundit, and that is
Hmm.
what Narendra Modi has become. We've
Right.
seen what has happened with the Ayodhya Mosque, the Ram Temple, and he is now selling himself as some sort of a holy man in India and in the eyes of especially those who are supportive of him.
Right. See, one of the reason a lot of people ask, why does BJP wins? I mean, why does Modi wins all the time? Why does BJP wins, despite the clear violation of constitutional rights? Rights. Why do people keep voting for it? It's the biggest strength that the BJP has is its ideological base. That is the Hindutva, the ideology of Hindutva. That's its biggest strength. And Narendra Modi, is seen as its biggest exponent. It's the most important figure that has come out of this ideology is Narendra Modi. The way Narendra Modi has been portrayed ever since he was the chief minister of Gujarat, even before he became the prime minister, is especially after he became the prime minister, is that he is seen and he's been projected as somebody who is who is the greatest leader in the past 2000, 3000 years that India has produced. He's seen as not just as a human being. A lot of people see him much beyond human being. He's seen as somebody who for the who who in many years is really bringing India back to its glory. Right after years of invasion, the way the BJP has portrayed everything is that after years of Muslim invasion, Islamic invasion, after years of European invasion, for the first time, India is in the hands of the indigenous Hindu population, and Narendra Modi is seen as the leader of this entire population. So he is seen as much beyond, as a human being now. A lot of people do revere him. There is no question. There's no questioning his policies. There's no questioning whatever he does. And yeah, I mean, ever since he's somebody who built the the temple in Ayodhya, right? So the credit is given to him. This is seen as a triumph of Hinduism over Islam. This is how it's been portrayed. This is seen as the triumph of India over years of invasion, and Narendra Modi is the lead, is the person who has the helm of affairs of all these. So yeah, I mean, this is something that I discuss, tell a lot of people and to my friends that in the coming years, it wouldn't surprise me if we actually see him being worshipped as a deity going down the line.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised myself because, when one looks at Modi and his own ideology, he equates Hinduism and India in this manner in terms of what matters most is Hindutva or Hinduness of the people of India. And what you're saying is very, very true. That even if some of the politicians deny this, but the reality is they are trying to establish a Hindu national identity, which, like you said, they say it's been suppressed for centuries by Muslims and Europeans and the British invaders, you name it. But in recent years, when you look at in recent times, his actions, no, Modi's actions, and even within India, and we're not talking about the Muslim minorities or the Christians or whatever, but even within India, there are people that are questioning as to what is Modi's motive. I mean, the mere fact that I think, to a large extent, I know that there are those that revere him, and especially when he opened up the temple, that Ram temple. But there were many that were actually even mocking at Narendra Modi for the role that he had played in the opening of the temple.
Right. There are two things. I think there are two questions in what you've asked. Is one is many within India are questioning him, are questioning the thing, and the second is the role that he played in building the temple. When the Babri Masjid was destroyed in 1992, Narendra Modi at that time was the member of the BJP. He did have a role, a very active role in leading rallies. There was a huge yatra, the Rath Yatra, or the rally that was, taken across India by the leader of the BJP, by then leader of the BJP, LK Advani. He was the one who took out a rally, for calling out for the destruction, for the construction of a temple at the Babri Masjid. So Narendra Modi was, one of the organizers of this rally. He was a leader of the BJP at that time. So he does has a role in some way in in whatever happened in 1992. So since he's been a part of the BJP, he has that role. Now, when it comes to the construction of the temple, of course, for the past two terms, for the past 8 years, he's been the prime minister of this country. The verdict, the Ayodhya verdict, actually came, where the Supreme Court delivered the land to the Hindu parties to construct the temple, happened during his tenure. So that has been seen as a victory. And since he was the prime minister, the victory has been given to him. And the fact that it is under his tenure that the construction of the temple took place, that it was inaugurated at that place, and it was inaugurated with all the celebrate and in attendance were the celebrities of India, all the Bollywood celebrities, all the cricket celebrities, everybody, and there was no violence on the streets of India. All this credit has been given to Narendra Modi. So that's one thing. That's the role he has in the construction of the temple. So do people do question him? That there are other people who had a bigger role in the construction of the temple, but the way Modi works. Modi's way of working is to portray himself at the forefront of everything, even though irrespective if he has a role to play or no, not to play, he's somebody who puts himself in front of all these things and takes credit for it. One thing. And the second question that you part of the question was, there are people within India who are questioning his style of rule, governance, or the BJP's ideology. Yeah, they in India, and all these years, ever since the BJP has come into power, ever since the emergence of BJP in the 1990s, the destruction of the Babri Masjid, or the 2002 genocide, killing of Muslims that took place in Gujarat, or all the incidents that have happened, they are within India many people who have always questioned it. They have stood against it. This could be leaders in the opposition parties. It could be civil rights activists, or a lot in the general population as well. A lot of people have questioned it, and I'm sure they will continue to question us. And this is what the BJP is currently crushing. If you look at the number of people, opposition leaders who have been arrested on alleged corruption charges, if you look at the way the government has unleashed from authorities like the enforcement directorate or other agencies against opposition leaders, the way they've been arrested, the way they've been silenced, it's all a sign of what is to come in the future in India. I mean, it's already happening. The policy is you're either with us or you're against us. That's the way the rule, Modi's rule has been going on.
Sheikh Zakir, I'm going to go for a quick air break. When you come back, I just want to engage a bit more on the elections, but not look at it purely from a Muslim point of view. and also minorities, other minorities, in terms of
Sure.
voting, and what are some of their thoughts in the build up to the election. So let's just go for a quick air break. We'll be back.
Sure.
Salam Media, your spiritual companion this Ramadan.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and free zakat calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
Freedom Stationery supply Marlin and Marlin Kids pens to me and my school friends. They supply just about everything we need to help us get a better education, from books to files to rulers. In fact, any any accessory we need. Freedom Stationery. Education for the nation. What does accessory mean?
Are you looking for a cross-border road transport company that is committed in achieving high safety standards, who is fast and efficient, and also excel in customer service? Gardi Global specializes in cross-border transport from South Africa to Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Malawi. Gardi Global, situated at 10 Daniel Road, Benrose, Johannesburg. For inquiries, contact our trained staff on 011 614 3108 or email info@gardiglobal.co.za. Safe long haul into Africa is our business. Gardi Global Transport.
Fulfill your zakat conveniently with Ashraful Aid. This Ramadan, let's make your zakat count. Ashraful Aid's zakat distribution is carefully overseen by external boards which ensure its transparency and trust. Make a difference to those who really need it. Join us today to spread hope and compassion to those who need it most. Visit our website at www.ashrafulaid.org.
When the perfect blend of stylish decor, exquisite halal cuisine, and warm hospitality come together, it could only mean Al Bayt Lodge, your true home away from home. Al Bayt is the ideal heaven for families, business people, and tourists, with its 4-star family rooms and other luxurious facilities, conveniently situated close to Port Elizabeth Airport, the beach, and other amenities. Your stay will be truly unforgettable, as you'll be taking home lasting memories of the warm hospitality, the serenity and tranquility that Al Bayt has to offer. For reservations, call 041 583 6415 or visit www.albaytlodge.co.za.
Alhamdulillah, Muslims in South Africa finally have access to a fully Sharia-compliant emergency medical takaful and wellness product. As an industry first, Emergivac Sharia offers up to 575,000 Rand emergency medical cover at a private hospital for you and your family. Plus, you receive 24-hour access to private ambulance evacuation, 24-hour armed response services, roadside home, and even appliance assistance services. Emergivac Sharia offers you and your family priceless emergency medical cover at a fraction of the cost of traditional private healthcare. Simply download the Emergivac app and register online or SMS Sharia to 40777. Emergivac Sharia, for when serious emergencies require seriously fast response.
You are listening to Salam Media live from our headquarters in South Africa. This is Salam Media, keeping you company this Ramadan.
Well, we continue with the broadcast. We've got a few more minutes before we hand over to Maulana Yunus Kawanga, who will take us through to the time of iftar. And we still have got Shaik Zakeer out of Bangalore, and we are talking about the upcoming Indian elections. And just for a few minutes, we'd like to obviously focus on the election, which we know is no longer about victory or defeat, but about whether the process is free and fair. And when we're talking about free and fair, even in the build up to the elections, as Sheikh Zakir, you mentioned that many opposition people trumped up charges, people have been jailed. All of that has actually been taking place. So one can speak volumes that this is not going to be a free and a fair election. But just looking at it from minorities as well, we're talking about Muslims, we're talking about the Christians, we're talking about the Dalits as well. What is their political thinking ahead of this election?
Well, when Muslim community is the largest minority group in India, right? After Muslims comes the Christians and the Sikhs, and there is also the Dalit population. The Dalit population are not seen as minorities, but Muslims mainly. So Muslims, it's very clear. I mean, Muslims are not with the BJP. So the agenda for the Muslim community is to vote for parties other than BJP. So we have multiple parties in different regions across India. So for the agenda that the community has set itself for in this election, or even during the previous election, is to vote for any party other which has the potential to defeat the BJP in their particular state. So that's the agenda the community has set itself for. As far as the other community is concerned, for example, the Sikh minority community, it has its largest concentration in the state of Punjab, and then in some part in Delhi and other parts. Historically, the Sikh community, they have their own political party, which is the Shiromani Akali Dal. The Sikhs are being represented by this particular party, and the Akali Dal till 2020, when the farm laws were enacted in India, were brought in by the BJP, the farmers' protest. Till then, it was the ally of the BJP. But since the farmers' protest, it has cut its lines. So we are still not sure where that party will lean during this election or after the elections. So that is yet to be seen. And then the Christian community, again, it's a very small population with close to 2.5% of the population spread across the length and breadth of India. It doesn't allies with any particular party. There are sections of Christians which also votes for the BJP. There are sections of the Christian which votes for other parties. It has never been allied in alliance with any particular party. And the Jains, which is another minority community in India, has always been with the BJP, so it will continue in that way. So this is how the minorities are in India. As far as the Dalit population is concerned, the scheduled tribe and the scheduled which is seen as an oppressed community for many centuries. Dalits again are divided between different parties. There's You cannot say that depending upon which state they come from, they vote for they whichever state where their representatives are alliance with. That's where they would go to. So except for Muslim community in India, you cannot show if there is any other minority which you can clearly say that are against the BJP or with any particular party. So that's how the other minorities are divided.
Well, inshallah, let's see what happens actually, because we know the 19th of April is coming up, and we know the elections in India can be a very long, drawn process. It's going to take quite a bit because of the sheer volume of the number of voters in India. But we certainly will watch the space, Sheikh Zakir Hussain. But for now, Jazakallah khairan so much for taking
Yeah.
time out and providing us with that feedback and that update out of Bangalore in India
Thank
this
you
afternoon. We wish
so
you all
much.
the best, and also for the
Thank you
month of
so much.
Ramadan, the rest of Ramadan,
Thank you.
inshallah. We continue making
Thank
dua
you
for
so
you,
much.
and you make dua for us as well, inshallah.
Th- Thank you so much for inviting me. It's really pleasure every time Salam Media invites me. It's a pleasure to join you guys. And Ramadan Mubarak for you, and for all your listeners. And thank you.
Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh Zakir Hussain joining us out of Bangalore in India, and was at I'm getting close to signing off because Maulana Yunus Kawanga is standing by to take you through to the time of iftar. From myself, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.